I don't think that Joshua should go anywhere near this fight.
So I think he should.
do not. Pardon?
I think he should.
I just can't see it. He's had 27 fights. He's lost 3 of them, and those 3 are in his last 5 fights, right? When you'll be pleased to know, I've done a bit of homework on this. When any big fighter, big name has lost, right? When Lennox Lewis lost against Oliver McCall, his next fight was someone called Lionel Butler. When Tyson lost to Buster Douglas, his next fight was Henry Tillman. When Holyfield lost to Riddick Bowe, his next fight was Alex Stewart. When Bruno lost to Tyson, his next fight was John Emmon. You don't take a big fight after a massive defeat. You just don't. History tells us that. I think he's on a hide into nothing, Joshua, if he takes this.
You say that, but Lennox also got beat by Hazim Rahman and then got straight back in with Hazim Rahman.
Yes.
And knocked him out.
Yeah, well, that's different because he lost the belts to it. So Anthony Joshua's done that with Andy Ruiz Jr.
So you're saying
he wants to get the belts back as quick as possible.
Yeah.
But taking on what is arguably one of the greatest heavyweights ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that's a nuts move.
You say that, but I just think for AJ, he's got so many people writing him off now. And yes, I'm one of those who probably thinks he'd get beat by Tyson Fury. But if this opportunity presents itself, because he could have been waiting a couple of years, do you never know? Usyk versus Fury, then he might have had to go and wait and had a fight. Say he fought Wilder, gets beat by Wilder, then he's nowhere near this fight. But the fact that this kind of opportunity, because a lot of people probably thought after he lost to Usyk for the second time, oh, we're never ever going to see Joshua versus Tyson Fury. But the fact that Fury's pretty much dropped it in his lap and said, you know what, let's get it on December. I think AJ has to take this fight. And Ed made a good point earlier, and I kind of agree with him. AJ looked better in the second fight than he did in the first fight against Usyk. I know he got beat quite
comfortably. That's because he looked awful in the first fight.
Maybe, but he looked better. He looked like, I think it's Sanchez, the coach, had worked on things, and he tried to kind of implement the tactics that they tried to do against Usyk. So I think if it falls into his lap and he's got the opportunity to fight now for all the belts, well, not all the belts, but certainly the WBC that Tyson's got, I think he's got to take the opportunity because he doesn't know when this is going to come around again.
I just think it'd be nuts to do. Do you think he's got more chance of beating Tyson Fury than Usyk?
Well, the only thing I'd say is that Tyson Fury is massive. So he's going to be standing there right in front of AJ. So, and Deontay Wilder has shown the world that you can hit him.
I know, but Deontay Wilder's got a punch that I don't think Joshua's got.
But I don't think... I think he's more explosive and his punch power is probably more. But I don't think he's necessarily a better boxer than AJ.
I think it could be awful to see Joshua in the ring with Tyson Fury.
No, so I would like to see it just for the fact that I think Wilder got to him. So for AJ could. Do I think he could win the fight? I think Fury would win.
Do you think he should take it for money?
He's just got to take it.
He's got to take the fight.
That opportunity falling in his lap, he has. Because now Fury's been so public with it. If AJ now comes out and says, "No, I'm not ready for it yet," or comes up with some excuse, everyone will be on him, on his case.
Yeah, that was a great move by Tyson Fury to come out and say,
exactly,
"I'll offer you this fight if you want it."
So AJ,
and he's come out and said as well this morning, 60-40 split.
He has to take it. He has to take it. This opportunity, he could have been waiting another 2 years.
If he loses, will that be it?
No, you get. There's still big fights out there. Dillian White Part 2, Deontay Wilder, who I want to see him fight. Do you know what I mean? There are still big fights for him, but he has to take this.
Okay, well, there you go. Bentley says he has to take it. I say he should go nowhere near it. What do you think? Fury against Joshua. Do you want to see it? Should it happen? 03717 22 3344.
All right, lads. Good afternoon.
How are you, sir? You well?
Yeah, I'm all good, thanks, especially after the weekend.
Oh, cool. Yeah, United fan. Yeah, good point. Do you want to mention anything to Bentley or not?
Nah, I think it speaks for itself, Andy, doesn't it?
I thought you were going to say he's suffered enough, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done the walk of shame in a United shirt. That'll do me, thanks.
Our pleasure, Dave. Go on, what's your thoughts on all things AJ Fury?
Oh, I can't believe it. It's an absolute gift. AJ should be nowhere near this fight. It's and a 60-40 split as well. God, he should be biting his hand off. He should be offering to do it next week at that. I can't believe it. It's absolutely unreal.
Do you think Joshua would have a chance in this fight?
Nah, I think the best Joshua we've seen was against Klitschko. And then after the Ruiz fight, the cash cow's gone. It's producing powdered milk, that cash cow now. Okay. Terrible.
I'm guessing you're not a Joshua fan.
No, I was, but I just think Eddie Hearn's made a good lot of hype from him. He was good, but after that Klitschko fight, he just lost that cutting edge.
Okay.
Against decent opponents.
Okay, Dave, we'll go back to phone lines in a minute. Thanks for your call. Let's hear from the promoters, shall we? We had Eddie Hearn. He joined the breakfast show this morning. Frank Warren then joined Jim White and Simon Jordan. Let's hear from the two fight promoters now.
I had a chat last night with George Warren. It's a fight that AJ's wanted for a long time. Don't forget, we signed for this fight last year before the court arbitration forced the Deontay Wilder fight for Tyson Fury.
We're talking about being very, very fair. Tyson's been extremely fair, and if and when these come out, if they do come out, they want to publicise them, you'll all be shocked.
The message is quite clear from AJ that we don't want to get involved in a backwards and forwards. We want the fight.
We're sending a written offer across today to them, so it's us who've made the approach to give AJ a great opportunity to get himself back in the top level against the world champion Tyson. He's willing to make that voluntary defence. So, as I say, we'll send the offer across today, and then obviously they'll have to look at it and decide whether they want to grab this with both hands.
That was Frank Warren, of course, looks after Tyson Fury. Before that was Eddie Hearn, who looks after Anthony Joshua. I just don't think this fight is going to happen. I think Eddie Hearn, understandably, will be too protective over Anthony Joshua. But
that's the leash has got to come off. This type of opportunity doesn't come around very often. I mean, you look at the likes of someone like Dillian White, how long he had to wait for a world just to get one shot. Mm-hmm. And once he eventually gets this opportunity, of course he got beat by Tyson Fury, but he had to wait a long time. They've dropped this in his lap. Like Tyson Fury has openly said he wants to fight AJ in December, and they've been quite public. Warren spoke about it publicly, and when you hear him speak, you kind of think, okay, but it's now up to AJ. Like if he's put it in his corner. If now the fight doesn't happen, we know that it's come from AJ's side and not Fury's side. And I think that could hurt him a little bit.
I agree with you, although having heard both promoters for many a year in the world of boxing, I sort of get the feeling that if Eddie Hearn doesn't want the fight to happen, he will say, we spoke to them, they're offering ridiculous this, ridiculous that. We couldn't agree, we wanted it, they didn't. You never really find out what's going on, do you?
You don't, but the fact that they've been so open with it, so public about it.
I hope so.
Then I hope it happens as well.
I hope so. Let's speak to Ross, a boxing fan. Hello, Ross.
Hi guys, how you doing?
We're great. Thank you, man. What would you like to say, Ross?
Well, first of all, I think the main fight we've got to be careful of is you two fighting over Sunday's result. I think that's coming soon.
We did that yesterday. I won that hands down.
What's the first split on that, lads? I'd like to know.
I think it was about 100-0. It was a TKO as far as I'm concerned.
No, listen, I mean, similar to your caller before, lads. I mean, I thought the Klitschko fight, I was really impressed with Joshua that time years ago, but you know, I don't think he's got an animal instinct. I just don't think he has. And watching just the way even Fury, you know, even come on, let's be honest, take a hit from Wilder. We all thought, if we're honest with ourselves, at that point it was game over. And the fact he got up so many times, I mean, he's just got that something about him, any Fury. But should he take it? 100%, man. I mean, you might as well call Tyson Fury Santa Claus. It's the biggest gift ever in it to him, I think, personally.
So you're saying he should take it purely from a financial perspective?
Well, he doesn't need the money. Obviously, he doesn't need the money. But I think to save face, if you're going to redeem yourself, you're going to fight him at some point, Agent. Do you know what I mean? Sorry. At some point, you have to fight him. So, and it's so open. It's quite a clever move, isn't it, from Fury's camp. I don't see even his puppet Hearn. I don't think he can even turn it down. I think Joshua's got to say, look, I've got to try and redeem myself. He's so broken, wasn't he, after that fight? And I think if you're going to go for it, redeem yourself, man.
Okay, all right, Ross, thank you for that.
Sorry, I'll let you go to him first.
Go on, what were you going to say?
I'm going to say it's like Christmas for him. Christmas. Do you know what I mean? You talk about the WBC belt.
I know, but it's a dangerous Christmas.
It's dangerous, but...
It's like opening up a present that, you know, could explode in your face.
It could do, but...
And ruin every other Christmas.
Okay, but imagine if he doesn't take it. Then what?
I don't think he has to take it yet. That's my point.
Oh, no. But
take on Dillian White.
But what are you waiting for?
Take Dillian White on.
No, but what are you waiting for?
I just think he probably thinks... he's never going to admit this, but I would imagine if you got him in a room and you just had a one-on-one chat with him and said, do you honestly think you're going to beat Tyson Fury? Honestly, hand on heart. Like, put all the money you've won on this fight.
He'd say no.
He'd say no.
Maybe, but I guess he has got his own pride. And there's... Okay, imagine he wins it. Imagine he doesn't...
I just can't see it.
I know you can't, but imagine he wins it.
I would say...
Then what?
This is going to be nuts, right? But I would say Joshua beating Tyson Fury would be one of the biggest boxing upsets ever.
No, it wouldn't be the biggest... It's not Douglas Tyson, is it?
No. I said one of.
Okay, give me another one. Give me in the...
What, boxing upsets?
I think I'll put you under the bus here, aren't
I? No, not really. I'll come up with a list of them now,
okay.
Right? And put it into perspective as to how big an upset I think it would be.
I honestly don't see a scenario where he doesn't take the fight. He has to take it.
We'll take more of your calls in just a moment. 03717223344. This is Drive on talkSPORT.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.